It's easy to fall into traps that will stop you from achieving your potential and financial goals. In today's video, we'll be going over a few habits that may be getting in the way of you securing your financial freedom. Now, these are tips that I try to think about on a regular basis, and this may help you too. Now, number one is lifestyle inflation and understanding your income and your outgoings. It's important to have a budget tracker so you can understand what money is coming in and where money is going out, so that you can have a sort of a bird's eye view of your spending and knowing what areas you may need to cut back on. This is critical to understanding your financial health. The mentality and psychology you have to money is also important because it's easy to compare yourself to others, or just seeing what other people may have and feeling the need to match that. It's very easy to fall into the trap of lifestyle inflation, and that's just when your income increases but then so does your spending, and the cycle carries on. So as you earn more money, you want to be cutting back or reducing your expenses or your outgoings. Otherwise, that extra money is just fueling other interests and just a habit keeping you poorer or less well off. It can be a major obstacle to achieving financial goals, such as saving for retirement or paying off a debt. And it can also make it difficult to maintain a comfortable lifestyle in the long run. To avoid this lifestyle inflation, you need to establish a budget and stick to it. Even as your income increases, this can help manage your spending and make sure that you're saving enough for your long-term goals. Now, one strategy to avoid this is to set financial goals and to make a plan to achieve this, and this can help you stay focused and motivated, and it can make it easier to say no to unnecessary expenses. Another strategy is to automate your savings by setting up automatic transfers from your current account to your savings account or investment account, and this can help you to save more money without having to think about it. It is important to have a clear understanding of the differences between needs and wants. Make sure you're spending on essential things and avoid spending things that may be unnecessary or things that may be considered luxuries. By regularly reviewing and adjusting your budget as your income and expenses change over time, it allows you just to be a bit more mindful of your spending and staying focused on your long-term goals. This allows you to avoid lifestyle inflation and build long-term wealth. Number two is paying yourself first. Now, this one is important because you need to be making sure that when you get paid, you set aside at least 10 to 20% of your paycheck you receive and putting that into a savings account. So treating it like a bill or a fixed cost that you have to pay month after month. And this is a concept explained in Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. He explains how Rich Dad will pay himself first by making sure as soon as he gets paid, he will make sure he sets aside money that's just for himself. The other way which he explains that Poor Dad does is where you pay your bills, expenses and other items first, and then paying yourself last with anything that might be left over. And he says this is something to avoid because paying yourself first helps with a mindset shift. It will help you structure your finances more efficiently based off what you have left, and it avoids you falling into the trap of consumerism and buying things you may not need, making other people richer instead of paying yourself first. This is a good habit and a way to protect yourself, to make sure you're in the best possible situation when it comes to your financial health. Number three is debt. There is good debt and bad debt, and we'll be focusing on the bad debt side. Now, bad debt are things like high interest credit cards, payday loans, and borrowing money to service other debts. So you need to be making sure that you pay off debt and don't let that take over your finances. Investing means very little if you have a bunch of bad debt. A general rule is that if you can't afford to buy something outright, then you don't buy the product to begin with. Be sensible with your finances and only buy what you can actually afford with your debit card. If you do have bad debt, it's important to take care of it as soon as you can. And one method could be paying off your debt in order of interest rate. So focusing on clearing the balance with the highest interest rates or the highest interest charges first, whilst making minimum payments on all the other debt. Once that one has been cleared, you can move on to the balance with the next highest interest rate, and so on. Every time you pay for one debt, you free up additional money and it helps clear the next one. Number four is having a buffer or an emergency fund. So this is really making sure you have living expenses saved up for at least 3 to 6 months, maybe more depending on circumstances. So you need this buffer kept to one side in case you ever need it. And this loops back around to paying yourself first consistently. And this stockpile of cash will be your emergency fund. And once you have that box ticked, you can start to begin and invest your money into other areas. And doing this has a number of psychological benefits because it means you free up your mental space and you'll have peace of mind knowing you can walk away from any bad situation if you need to. Number five is saving money versus making more money. Only saving money won't bring about a large amount of wealth. It's very important to save, but also necessary to look at ways to make more money and increase your value. Likewise, you can't just spend all your money and not save anything. You need to think of both sides and figure out a good balance. Saving only gets you so far. It instills good habits inside of you and creates a good foundation. As well as this, you need to try and increase your skill set and make more money, as that side has limitless potential, whereas you can be capped if you just focus solely on saving your money. You can cap yourself with saving money, but you can't with making more money. You can get another job or look for a better paid one, and that will help you in the long run. So you should focus on making more money instead of only saving money for the long-term wealth. Saving is important, but it's also important to focus on increasing your income in order to build wealth over time. It has a knock-on effect because making more money allows you to save more and to invest more, which can then lead to greater returns on your investments and a faster accumulation of wealth. Having a higher income can provide more financial flexibility and can make it easier to handle unexpected expenses or emergencies. You can increase your earning potential through education, developing new skills, and climbing the corporate ladder. All this can provide a more sustainable way to build wealth over time, rather than just cutting costs. So overall, it's important to balance both saving and earning. A good rule of thumb is to have a balance of living below your means and maximizing your income. Number 6 is the amount of tax you pay. You do have to pay taxes on the money you earn, but there are ways you can minimize this wherever possible. In a tax efficient and compliant way, for example, using an ISA, which is a tax wrapper for your investments in stocks and shares if you're in the UK, or a Roth IRA if you're based in the US. It protects your investments and means you won't need to pay capital gains tax on money made if done within the tax wrapper. An example of this could be using capital gains tax allowance when selling assets. You could also operate as a business or a company because there are advantages of being a company owner. This means you can take advantage of tax reliefs on business expenses such as equipment or training, and all of this stuff gets written off because it's counted as an expense. Waiting too long to invest. Waiting too long to invest can result in missing out on potential gains from compounding interest and market growth. Delaying investing means potentially having to save more in the future to make up for lost time. It is generally recommended to start investing as early as possible in order to take advantage of the power of compounding and to reach financial goals a lot sooner. It's something easy to put off due to a lack of knowledge or understanding, because starting with a simple index fund with a provider like Vanguard is the best way to start, and I talk about these in my other videos if you'd like to learn more and get started. The next one is not wanting to learn more. Not learning about financial literacy can be a mistake because it can lead to poor financial decision making and the inability to achieve financial goals. Understanding basic financial concepts such as budgeting, saving, investing, and understanding credit can help individuals make more informed decisions about their money and plan for their financial future. Without this knowledge, it's easy to make costly mistakes such as overspending or incurring unnecessary debt or missing out on important investment opportunities. Additionally, it can lead to not understanding how to protect yourself from fraud, scams, and bad financial products. In short, financial literacy is an important life skill and can have a significant impact on an individual's financial well-being. Hobbies or spending out too much. It's easy to have expensive hobbies or buying items you may not necessarily need. Big companies market their products well, making you think you need to buy the latest device or the newest accessory. It's very easy to get caught in this hamster wheel of consuming, and what you really need to do is just to take a step back and take a think if you really need the thing that you are buying. You should instead use the money to invest in yourself and to develop your own skills. These are things which can't be taken away from you, and you can use them to get higher pay or be in a better position financially. Investing in yourself and your own skills can have a number of benefits. First, it can lead to career advancement and higher earning potential. By developing new skills and gaining more knowledge, you can become more valuable to your employer and be in a better position to negotiate for higher pay or promotion. Secondly, investing in yourself can increase your job security. By having a diverse set of skills and knowledge, you'll be more adaptable and be able to pivot to different roles or industries if necessary. Learning new skills and gaining knowledge can be personally rewarding and can help you achieve your goals and aspirations. And finally, it can help you be more self-sufficient and financially independent. By having a variety of skills, you have the ability to create your own opportunities and to be in control of your own financial future. So investing in yourself and your own skills can help you to achieve greater success and satisfaction, both personally and professionally. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to learn more, you may like to check out my other video over here.